Hi lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's start. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where the Hispanic people who actually voted for, TP is having all emotional breakdown, or will I even call it a meltdown? Where I see is actually in California, fishing out the undocumented immigrants. I was able to put up some stitches because this actually sparked a lot of controversy all over the social platforms. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying.
Immigration raids are happening in the United States, specifically Bakersfield, California this week. So if you are an undocumented immigrant in the United States, or if you know someone who is an undocumented immigrant in the United States, please watch this video or share it to help spread the word. Undocumented immigrants have rights in this country, and I'm going to be sharing them in this video with you. But before we continue, I just want to make it clear, I'm just sharing general information. If you would like personalized legal advice, please contact an immigration attorney. Number 1, you have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer any questions about your immigration status, where you were born, and how you entered the country. Simply say, I am exercising my right to remain silent and do not sign any documents without consulting an attorney. Number 2, you have the right to refuse entry. You do not have to open the door for ICE agents unless they show a valid judicial warrant signed by a judge. Administrative warrants form I-200 or I-205 are not sufficient for them to enter your home without your permission. Number 3, you have the right to legal counsel. You have the right to speak with an attorney if you are detained, although the government does not provide free legal representation in immigration cases. You can request a lawyer, and you should avoid signing any document until you have received legal advice from your lawyer. Number 4, you have the right against unreasonable searches. ICE agents cannot search your home or belongings without your consent or a valid judicial warrant. If they try to enter without permission or a proper warrant, you can clearly state, I do not consent to the search. These rights apply regardless of immigration status and are protected under the United States Constitution.
So guys, it's barely 2025 and we have already seen ICE in action. Alright, so you do know that a new government is coming in a couple of days, and one of the things that this particular government says is that they're going to be spending a lot of focus on getting rid of illegal or undocumented immigrants. And so they've started already. There was a raid in Bakersfield in California, and it's pretty interesting how this happened, because the raid happened at a gas station. I've worked in a gas station before overnight, and so I know firsthand what happens, especially in the mornings, like those 4, 5, 6 a.m. when most of the people that come in are undocumented immigrants, because they're going to work, because these are the people who are working in construction and in those industries, and they're coming in early to get their breakfast items to go to work. And so of course ICE was staking out. They were outside, watching these people, waiting for them to go in and come out. And once they came out, they arrested them, throw away their foods and stuff like that. That's something that ICE will do. They will park in the parking lot and they will actually watch you for many days before they even approach you. And so I'm making this video to make you guys aware that, listen, the time is coming where things are gonna get rough and difficult for some of us. But again, if you qualify for something, it's important that you apply right now. Don't wait, because we don't know where else they're gonna go. We do know that they said that they're gonna put their focus on some of the states and the cities that are sanctuary cities, where the governors and those people are saying that they are not going to participate with ICE and their efforts to raid or to get rid of immigrants. So yeah, it started in California. We don't know where next. I just want you guys to be alerted, and if you have some sort of paperwork, just walk with it so that you're able to show should you go in or should you be in such a situation. Again, remember, this was not legal advice. It's not intended for that. Just sharing with the community what's happening and what we need to do in the meantime.
Hey guys, I know there's a lot going on with the wildfires, and that needs our attention too, but something is happening in California with ICE agents. They're doing an operation. Currently, right now, they're in San Jose, they're in Bakersfield. As of today, I know that they're in various spots in San Jose. California, there are sightings of ICE agents in Modesto, California, in Stanislaus County. So I think they're making their way down. I don't know what operation this is, but they are out. Please warn anybody that you may know. Spread the word. We need to try to get as much as information as we can. Remember, do not answer the door for ICE. Let me say this in Spanish. Estoy confirmando que patrullas de ICE están en diferentes ciudades, en San José, en Modesto, en Bakersfield, como ya sabemos. No necesitas hablar con ellos, no abres la puerta para ellos, no tienes que abrirles, no le tienes que decir nada. So, estén alertos. Si los ven, manda este mensaje a quien necesita oírlo, y vamos a estar viendo a TikTok para agarrar más información. So just remember, don't talk to ICE agents. You don't need to talk to them.
This is a reminder that they're already doing trial runs for mass deportations in the Bakersfield area of California. So if you look like me and you recognize an ICE agent in public, doesn't matter if they're in uniform, on the job or not, you shout two things at the top of your lungs: ICE raid and El Migra. Make it impossible for them to do their job with the element of surprise. The second you see someone from ICE, you make sure everyone in the area knows an ICE agent is there. The other thing, if you look like me and have the privileges that come with that in the United States, you interfere with their operations in any way that you legally can. Ask them dumb questions, waste their time, refuse to answer their questions, demand to see warrants, demand to see government identification, refuse to accept the government identification when they show it, and tell them that it's not real. Just as a reminder, ICE is the closest thing the United States has to the actual Gestapo. They run literal concentration camps at the border for illegal immigrants. And it doesn't matter if someone's an illegal immigrant or not. Anyone who runs a concentration camp is not a human being and deserves none of the considerations that come with being a human being.
California, how is this even possible? Isn't California a sanctuary state? The way I like to define sanctuary policies, it's always local, it's county by county. Right? It's city by city, county by county. In this particular county where we're seeing the activities happen these days, it's a red lean-in county, and they're highly motivated to cooperate with ICE. This is Border Patrol, from what I've been reading, that's there driving around. I've seen the videos, just like you've seen the videos, driving around. Border Patrol, they're so far from the border, yet they're driving around, stopping people and detaining folks. That's not supposed to happen. But things that aren't supposed to happen, we will be hearing some stories like this. These folks still have their rights to have an attorney work with them so that they could be released and back with their family. Just know that some unusual things that shouldn't happen will likely happen, but don't ever forget about your rights, because your rights are still intact. Fourth Amendment rights. These folks, for some of them, they will be issued a notice to appear in immigration court and then take it further before the judge. But for those who have multiple entries, multiple illegal entries, they have removal orders, those are the individuals who they can deport right away without having to go through another lengthy court process. You might be saying to yourself, California, how is this even possible? Isn't California a sanctuary?
The word is that the incoming border chief is planning to set up a hotline for people to report illegals to immigration. Let's think this through. First of all, how's anybody going to know what your status is? Second, There's about 20 million undocumented aliens in the United States. Third, the immigration courts have spent the last 3 years dismissing deportations against everybody, even though they don't have a way to get a green card right now, because they didn't have the manpower to deport everybody. Now, let me share a story. There's a room in the federal building in downtown Los Angeles where you can go and report undocumented aliens. This room has been there for 30 years. If you go there and say, I want to report an undocumented alien, the officer will hand you a clipboard with a sheet of paper and ask you, fill out all the information on this form and return it. For some reason, whenever anyone comes into the room to make this report, they're all pissed. Let's call him the snitch. They fill out the form and then slide it under the window. Now, I was friends with one of these officers who would take the reports, and I asked her one day, what do you do with these forms after they turn them in? She motioned for me to come inside the back through the door, and there was a box underneath the window. And she said, we put the forms in this box. So I asked her, okay, then what do you do with the box once it's filled up? And she went, nothing. Now, this is just a story, but these hotlines are nothing new. They've always existed.
If you get pulled over by ICE or CBP, you have the right to remain silent. But really, who should versus who should not? You should not remain silent, and instead you should cooperate if you fall into one of these following categories. If you have DACA, TPS, any type of valid work authorization, and it doesn't matter how you have it, just that you do have it, you've had your removal proceedings either dismissed or administratively closed, you should cooperate. Also, if you are currently in removal proceedings, you should cooperate. Be respectful. Show ICE or CBP your documents. They're going to check the system and let you go. Yes, you have the right to remain silent, but why would you? Just clear yourself and go on with your day. Also, if you have Form I-918 approved or you have an I-485 pending, or an I-130 approval, I would probably carry those around and show the officers those documents. Showing them those documents is better than nothing, and you might talk your way out of anything else being taken further. Don't ever claim you are a U.S. citizen, especially if it's not true, because you will be in a world of hurt.
I've seen a lot of people jumping on saying, you know, if you see ICE in public to shout La Migra, which is not a bad idea. It's great, in fact, but it doesn't necessarily get through to everybody who needs to hear the message. Our brains do not acknowledge half of the time 1 or 2 words that are said in urgency. Even when it's important, even when our life depends on it, our brains are taught that there are just so many people talking and screaming in public all the time that you really only pay attention to something that directly involves you, right? So you need to make sure that people know that you're talking to them when you shout La Migra. So you can do this by adding the word here. La migra es aquí. La migra es aquí. You can create a sense of urgency by questioning. ¿Por qué es la migra aquí? La migra es aquí. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué? You want everybody to question what's happening. Now, is that the proper syntax for that sentence? I don't know. I've only ever taken 1 year of Spanish. I could type it into Google, but I don't think Google Translate actually fixes your syntax. So you want to say, La migra es aquí. La migra es aquí. Aquí means here, right? And then you can question if you want, because sometimes questioning things will pull other people into the conversation. So, La migra es aquí. ¿Por qué? Or ¿qué es la migra aquí? When I shout that, regardless of how bad my syntax is, I'm going to get the attention of one group in 2 ways. First, where did this bitch learn Spanish at? That is like not how you say that sentence. Pero, ¿qué es la migra aquí?
This is a...
Well, ICE had Border Patrol have hit my county, Kings County, started in Bakersfield, which is an hour away, the next county over, and they're doing what they said that Biden said they wouldn't do, is get these illegal immigrants. My bet is Biden's trying to get to his legacy, so when he writes his book, he can say, well, I tried. I had ICE and Border Patrol getting all these illegal immigrants, but anyway, they're coming. Now, I see all these posts from people, and they're sitting there going, well, no one's going to pick the food's going to rot, prices are going to go up, no one will work the fields. Well, we have more than plenty that are willing to work the fields. They actually come from Mexico. They've got a work visa, and they come over every year and follow the season, and they work for these farmers. Now, the laws changed before, way back when. They would be living in shacks. Some of these farmers put them up in places, no running water, just squalor. Well, that didn't fly. Now the farmers have to pay for adequate residency. So a lot of them stay at the hotels I spray. They'll have bunk beds in there. These hotels put bunk beds in. They get it. They got 4 per room. They have a food truck that comes out and brings them food. And they have vans and buses that take them to work, and they get paid whatever the minimum wage for agriculture is, and some get paid more, the supervisors, for the specialty jobs they do. And now their biggest complaints have been that it's getting less and less for them to come out, because now all these illegals are here and they're willing to work for $30 a day cash, and they don't have to pay for the housing of them. So the ones who do it legitly, they're not getting all the work they were, because they're hiring these illegals. So basically, and the only one is the farmer, bottom line, who hires these illegals, the shady ass farmers. It puts more money into their pocket, because they're not having to take care of their workers or even pay them a fair wage. So by all the ones that are saying, oh, let them work, you're just promoting slave labor, which is insane to me. But that's ignorance. There'll be plenty of workers who want to do it the legit way, and we've got many of them. The only other good thing about them coming out is I got to stop at my little stores and buy my beer, and every time I get to these country stores, it's packed with people. I mean, damn. They get off work. I guess I get off work the same time as the workers, and they're in there for lines. I mean, and they take forever. But I learned a trick. I just switched my little hat. Now, I guess with my brown uniform and my hat, when I walk into that store, it clears out. I don't have no lines to wait in. I got the whole store to myself. It's crazy how it works.
Look, I've been living in California, LA, pretty much 60 years, born and raised here. And this fire is different, like I said yesterday. Something fishy is going on, like I said yesterday. And if you think that I'm kidding, then answer me this. We got half of LA pretty much on fire, especially all of the expensive areas, Pacific Palisades. You guys know, I don't even have to run through the drill with you. But right now, at this particular moment, down in South Central, where there are no fires, where there are no wind, where there's nothing going on, you got ICE doing checkpoints, conducting checkpoints, looking for people. They're on Figueroa. They're on Adams. They're on Vermont. When does ICE do checkpoints in LA? And it ain't even a Friday or a Saturday night. Usually, it's the sheriffs conducting checkpoints, at least here in California. I don't know about anywhere else. Who does your checkpoints on a Friday or Saturday night looking for drunk drivers? Is it ICE? No, it's not. But we got ICE down here in South Central. Shouldn't all of our resources be up there fighting these fires? Knocking some of these fires out? I know y'all not going to tell us whether you think we can handle it or whether you don't know yet. But something, like I said, don't smell right. It really don't. Because you're looking for somebody. You got ICE out. ICE is out at 7 o'clock at night on a Thursday in South Central conducting checkpoints. And you want me to think there ain't nothing up with all these fires? It's just the wind. Just the wind that California has all the time. And guess what? They ain't even got no water flowing through the hydrants. All them hydrants just ain't got no water in them. We have fires all the time, and they just don't have no water flowing through them. Okay. I got you.
Whole thing is just like the movies. So IC decided to embark on their operation in the middle of, well, I call it a crisis, because despite the fact that there is something happening in California, a lot of you actually know, the fire outbreak and all of that is happening over there. And even with that being said, IC decided to, move on with their operation. And the thing is that I do not even have words to say anymore, because due to all of the effing around, I'm finding out there have been a lot of words to say. And, sometimes when you keep on talking and try to let people understand that, okay, you have actually effed around, this is just the repercussion. And these people are beginning to see what you're trying to tell them. Even if they pretend not to see that, there's sometimes you just, stay quiet and watch all of the drama unfold. It's unfortunate that this whole thing with the undocumented, immigration thing, even which actually affected right citizens and all of that, could have been avoided if the need was done, if the appropriate thing was done. But a lot of people decided to allow, will I call it, entire blackness to take, their full course. Or will I say that a lot of people were just thinking that they are so whitey, they want to be accepted where they don't belong. Even if people that looks like us, have tried so many times to tell you that no matter what you do, no matter how you want to sugarcoat it, you are never going to be accepted in a circle. The more you accept this truth and the fact, the better for every other person. You had all of the opportunity in the whole world to make your own research. And I don't even know why people are so, oh my God, do this, do that, let's be right. This thing is that, the thing is that everyone knew about this. You were told that something like this is going to happen even before the, election. You were told, you all saw all of the, policies. The way at which he was like, I am going to deport, deportation is going to be the history of deportation. Like, he was all out there. He was very transparent with you guys. He was all telling you guys, I'm going to deport you guys. But all because you guys think that he was blabbing, or maybe because the way I am, or I think he's not referring to me. No, this is where you get it all wrong. These people don't care about you. They don't care about separating you from your family, your friends, your kids, and all. They don't care. You are doing things with people who don't have any form of compassion. So you shouldn't expect something so miraculous to happen. Like when I was all over my For You page and all of the IC thing, popular, and how people are like, oh my God, what are we going to do now? Like, you all expected this. And I don't know why it's so shocking to especially, this is what was told that was going to happen, and it's happening. There is nothing anyone can do about it. The thing is that it's so embarrassing that, especially, will I use the word POC, black people would just be on their own doing their business, and someone would just come embarrass you, oh my God, pick you up, try to ask you questions and embarrass. Maybe probably you are not even undocumented, or maybe probably you are just yourself, you're doing the right thing and all of that. But the embarrassment that comes with it, the embarrassment that comes, oh my goodness. Like, and this is actually what people want. This is what people voted for. You know, I saw the video. I saw it and I wanted to put it up here, but you know how it's with all of the policy. Like, there are so many policy, especially if you're doing stuff like this. And I decided to just, leave that part. If you see the way they have to drag these people as if they committed some kind of, coupled with the fact that these said people will be separated from their families, their friends, and all of that. And what makes you think that after they are done with the undocumented people, they won't come for the, bad thing or the neutralized, It is just one after the other. He has not even gotten to the point, but look at what is happening. Look at what is happening. Seriously. But what do I know? This is exactly what every other person who actually, wanted him there wanted. This is what the majority, they used to say that the majority carries the vote. And this is what the majority want. And everyone right now is running helter-skelter and trying to look for a way out. Like, you don't need to look for a way out because you should enjoy the seed that you have planted. When you plant a seed and it grows or germinates, you have to enjoy the fruit of your labor. There's no point trying to cause someone to, like, seriously, it is just like a movie. When I saw this, I was like, even in the middle of a crisis, they're still doing what they have promised to do. And there is this teacher that I came across. This person was like, some group of, Hispanic people were even among those people putting off the fire. But even at that, they still want to go there, drag you out and put you out. Even if you are trying to help people in need, they don't see all of those things. They don't care. They don't, even if you like sacrifice yourself, they don't care about that. Seriously. Some group of selfish people, Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So guys, if you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, subscribe, leave your thought, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.